I will share.
You don't need to share. I got one for each.
Oh, ow.
Thanks to every rental aircraft multi-copter warehouse.
It's not candy, though.
That's for chap sunburned lips.
Gateway Park. The other well, take a look. What's interesting is the airplane that you see on the Videotron that you just saw on the Videotron is an RV-10 with it has been painted up as this lights that experimental amateur built. It has without a military contract to become a military trainer to replace the existing trainers that were there. Their own dime, they pay for their own gas. They are ambassadors to communities where they rehearse. Get a load of this, folks. This is not possible without discipline and without devotion and without a tremendous service.
This guy, too.
And explain to them about the airplane. Okay, take the roll. Okay, in the Commonwealth countries, they had 3 different names for the same airplane. The Navy called it the SHA. The Army Air Corps called it the French. They were built. I'll tell you more about their started coming in front of you like the yaks and the CJ-6s are told or be able to fly those lines of control aircraft or the jet aircraft, and they are reasonably priced. The engine has many spare parts available and can be worked on by any licensed mechanic at any airport where you may that airplane is there. commercial airplane exiting off to your right with the smoke off that had things to do with 3, 4, 5, and 6 of these aircraft. I didn't know exactly whether they made the right decision. Time told me that they did, and let others enjoy the rest. Now, you can see Orion PT-22 out there. They call that the Maytag Messerschmitt. It was a primary trainer race made by the Ryan Company. It was a handful of primary students, and they called it the Maytag Messerschmitt because it had a relatively solid now. That's from the Vietnam era. Remember the Gene Act standing up to be called. In the civilian market,
I don't know what to film.
later, modified for we learned a lot in World War II about training. Every time we have abandoned intensive training, the first thing we have to learn the fight is out in front right now. Getting ready to come to Oshkosh. Right off the deck in the straight code, an all silver C-51 station. There's one on the Jumbotron now. See that? Well, that's a liquid cooled engine like your Ford car or truck. There's the Sky Raider. Sky Raider saw service well into Vietnam. Had many different models. Horsepower right, typical of Jim Sasso's up here doing a polka. He's spinning around. He's looking back, forward, side, front. He's got a big smile on his face. He said, "This is what life is all about." This is part of the reason we have 4 sets of eyes on this extravaganza. The gentleman I talked to you about who are conducting traffic, conducting this orchestra in the sky, providing this sky dance for us in this pageantry and this tribute to the greatest generation, the pilots of the Korean War, the pilots of the Vietnam War, pilots of the Middle East, the men and women who are in military uniform. But after World War II, we were going to go to the nose wheel for all the things that I mentioned to you before. The airplanes actually trying to put a lot of fuel in for their long-range missions. They were curtailed to about 5,000 pounds of bombs. Yet that single-engine airplane actually want to maintain that spacing. This is the way to get a lot of airplanes. On that day, April 18th, an aircraft just like these. Headed toward Japan. He said the items that were most important to me that made the difference in my mind. 1, that airplane, the Douglas C-46. During World War II, they used them in World War II as transport aircraft and trader aircraft. Bomb bay doors open, bomb bay doors closed. When we fly the B-25s and they're on it. Now, coming into the B-2. These areas on the fighter eradication sprayer flying for a Palestinian Dothan, Alabama, who also cruised the one flying away from us. That was from an all-Canadian cruise on D-Day. Here is the workhorse. Civilian and military bombers. It was the reason airlines were able to create a profit. Wearing in Over Tokyo, a movie based on a best-selling book. It starred Spencer Tracy as Jimmy Doolittle. Expertly cast. Van Johnson was in there. Robert Stack was in it. The very young Robert Mitchell. Thank you, Joe Mayo. In the 98th Squadron of the Royal Air Force, seeing action on D-Day. What a story, what an international story that is. Jimmy, it looks like it's going to be on display at Boeing Square. They get a chance to go in there, you can see that. Continue our program. Okay, there's a starship with a canard swept forward and the flaps out in the takeoff and landing configuration. Now we do the canard after the It's a lot harder to do than when I was real young. But this airplane was first flown as a first concept prototype. My company, Holland on your right, the tailback position. That is Stein on your right, the tailback position is Rob Holland. Right about in here, they call for ready, ready, break. And pick 3 different points on the compass. Ladies and gentlemen, more rapidly now to the left. This time Shirley Chambliss is a monster. 90 degrees sideways. How about that? The skill, the coordination. Lower and lower. He ain't done yet. There's the goal. handle the addition to CJ610. Like a scalded dog. Vertically. You got it. By the gangway, Jim Walker.
I gotta take off. Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Valdez, Alaska. Bob put together those calls. Bill Barber, a Wolf and Silver is awarded by their peers in the aviation industry.
Keep it on the taxi.
Peter in the Woods, 7 o'clock. Be there, help celebrate with Mr. Carlson. All right, we have a couple other things going on this evening. Down at 7 o'clock. Flying theater. Enjoy some public epic wildlife shows. Classic 5-story
What are they doing?
Going to park, I guess. T-38's landing.
That thing was sick.
Ah, he came by hot, didn't he?
The Thunderbirds actually flew T-38 from about 1983 until 1973 until 1982 when they picked up the F6 later in the paint job on that, and they had the chrome steel, not the painted things all the way around. They went back to the major other strips. At any rate, T-38's on the ground. Competition starts. It's 300 miles.
Twitched.
Yeah, his finger went over to the trigger.
Click the safety off.
He's walking around here with a filled gun though. I mean,
Keep going.